Hello, hello, hello. OMG, welcome back to my channel. So excited that you are here. It's Jodi Dunn coming at you with a massive kitchen cupboard and drawer declutter and organization. If you are new and you just found the channel, I am so excited that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know you are new right down in the comments? I would love to welcome you and say hello back to you. So let's run through the cupboards we are going to work on today. This is my Lazy Susan. It is jam-packed full of stuff, as most of the cupboards you will see are. We already did that top drawer, so we're not going to be touching that today. But I've got these two big drawers here that I have not touched. I will leave the link down in the description box for my first kitchen declutter that I did. I only got through about half of my cabinets. So these top three drawers here, we already did in the first one, so I won't be touching those today. This is another cupboard that's got pots and pans and just a hodgepodge of stuff and a whole bunch of bowls. And I'm noticing the part that for my freezer that kept falling off, so we finally just took it off and put it down there in the cupboard. This one up here, this has another hodgepodge of stuff. Plates, bowls, coffee cups, supplements, butter, bread. I don't know, you name it. It's in this cupboard right here. I'll have to look now. I actually think I've done 2 kitchen videos already. This is the third one. This one has just a whole bunch of cups up in here. I am so extremely grateful that I have such a large kitchen and so many cupboards and drawers for storage. Here's another kitchen cupboard. Again, a hodgepodge. We've got more plates, more cups, some tools, some first aid things in here. And we're not even done yet. We're not even done yet. Right by my stove, I've got this big drawer that pulls out that is just jam-packed. Again, like there's no organization. I have bowls in here. I have pots and pans. I have baking in here. So I'm excited to get in here and declutter and get rid of some of the things we don't use and get this organized. Oh, and one more section that I haven't got to is this right next to my brand new dishwasher. This is where we keep our silverware and utensils. We probably have some things in here I could declutter. This next drawer is just my kitchen towels and rags. I just bought new ones, so that's pretty good. This is kind of a miscellaneous drawer that I need to go through. And then the bottom drawer down here is just some like bigger water bottles. So I'm not sure if we'll get to everything in this video, but I'm going to try. And there's actually 2 other cupboards that I didn't even show you, like the area where I keep my spices. And right above my refrigerator has some cupboards as well. So I'm going to go through all of the cups I have here because I'm sure there's a whole bunch in here that we do not need. And now that I'm thinking back, yes, I've actually posted... seems like I'm forever in the kitchen because I have so many cupboards and cabinets, which again, so incredibly grateful for because the house, our first house that we lived in for 17 years, I hardly had any kitchen cupboards. I had no storage in that house. So I'm so incredibly grateful for the kitchen I have now.
All right, it's emptied and it's a little dirty, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But holy gamoly. All of this came out of just one kitchen cupboard. What? Who needs this many cups? I mean, a family that has 27 people living in it, probably. We have 4. Why do we have so many dang cups? Oh my gosh. One cabinet. This is only one. This is only one. Let's move on.
Holy cups. All right, I'm going to go through these and figure out what we're not using. But before I do that, I'm going to clean out these, or this cupboard. It really wasn't that bad. I was kind of surprised. But what was kind of bad were some of the cups and stuff we hadn't used. They were filmed in dust, so I'm going to go ahead and wash those out. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went to my daughter's house and we did some decluttering in her kitchen cupboards and drawers and some organization over there, which was so awesome. I was so happy to help her. And I got quite a few comments asking me if I was going to rethink how I had organized my kitchen. And I was so confused by that because I have only done a fraction of my kitchen at this point. So definitely not rethinking anything. I just had to get in here and actually declutter and organize my kitchen cupboards and drawers. And holy moly, seriously, the amount of cups just baffles my mind. These are all cups I will be donating, and I counted them, 54. But we had to mark it down to 52 because my girls, I did have them take a look and make sure there was nothing they wanted, and they each picked out one cup they wanted. So this is what is left that I will be putting back up in the cup cupboard. So I'm guessing maybe it was a little confusing that I've done my kitchen in different stages, but you guys know I've told you before, like I have to do all decluttering in stages, and especially when I'm working with this many cupboards and drawers. What I have done so far is I have decluttered my island on both sides has cupboards. So I've decluttered all of those and reorganized those. And then I think I got to about 4 or 5 drawers inside my kitchen. Then on the opposite wall of where I'm standing right now, I have a whole wall of cabinets. And that is basically what I use as my pantry because I don't have like a walk-in pantry. I just have the kitchen cupboards. And so that's what I use as my pantry. So that was a really good video too, my pantry declutter. So I'll leave both of those linked in the description box. So I'm guessing because people maybe have watched those that they thought that was all I had, although I've showed my kitchen several times. So I'm going to go ahead and hand wash these dishes. I do have the dishwasher. I am so darn grateful for that, baby. But it takes like 3 hours. So I want to get this done quick. So I'm going to wash these out. And then I realized, oh, you got more glasses up in this other cupboard, Jodi, because I got stuff everywhere. So I'm going to get these glasses out. My goal is to get all of the cups and glasses in one cupboard versus having them. I have them scattered right now in 3 cupboards, I think. And I have definitely found that when I declutter an area, when it's your first pass, sometimes a few months later, you might go through and do a second pass and get rid of even more. My decluttering muscle is definitely getting stronger because, my gosh, I think I started decluttering my house. It was last fall that I started. And I think I can finally start to see the light of the first pass being done in all areas. But oh, I still have a lot more clutter to get through. And here's the third cabinet. I've got coffee cups in this cabinet. And I just want to get, I don't care what kind of cups they are, I want all the cups in one cupboard. And another comment that I got on my daughter's kitchen declutter, which actually really made me laugh, it said something like, this might sting, but she kept too much. And I'm thinking, why would that sting? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It honestly does not bother me in the least. If anybody thinks I kept too much, there is no question in my mind that there are going to probably be several people that watch this video and think to themselves, oh, she kept too many cups, or she kept too many plates, or whatever, she kept too many pots and pans. That's totally fine with me. It's not your kitchen, it's my kitchen. So I'm going to keep what I want to keep. And that's exactly what you should do in your kitchen as well. We all operate different. And I'd say, like, I've been creating content and posting content online for so many years now that I'm like, just, that stuff doesn't bother me anymore. And frankly, I like those kind of comments because it is such an amazing reminder for myself to not get caught up in my own little world, in my own little bubble. Like, a lot of times we think everybody thinks like this, thinks like us. We think everybody acts like us. We think everybody likes the same things that we like. And it just continues to open my eyes to how incredibly different we all are. And that's what makes us all unique and all special. So I love seeing things like that, because then I'm like, they wouldn't keep that much in their kitchen, but that's cool. That they should do what makes them comfortable. And it just reminds me to embrace the diversity that we all have, and to remember that not everybody thinks the same way as me. Not everybody likes the same things as I like. I have personally found that it helps me grow so much when I can embrace the fact that somebody is different than me and still be friends with them. Like, when did we reach a point where if somebody believed different than you, that you couldn't be friends with them? I like don't understand that at all. Okay, so this cupboard is a little bit dirtier. We use it often, and I had some supplements up here that apparently I've spilled. So this one's way more dirty than the cups cupboard, although we use the cups cupboard every single day, but this is everything, of course, minus the Diet Coke cans that you see that came out of this cupboard. OMG. So my goal for this cupboard is to get all plates and bowls in that one only, without all the hodgepodge of stuff. So I'm going to go through all of the supplements that I had up there. Of course, I found some that were expired by years, probably because they were sitting on the top shelf and I forgot about them. And I'm going to move my supplements and things to a different cupboard and get them out of the plates and bowls cupboard. I think supplements in the kitchen is fairly universal, but I could be wrong. Let me know where you keep your supplements. I know I keep my makeup in the kitchen, which is not universal, but that's when I wear makeup. That's where I put it on, is in the kitchen. So it makes total sense to me. So super curious. Do you keep your, maybe some people keep them in the bathroom. I'm not sure. Let me know where you keep them. And I'm telling you, this cupboard did have everything. I even found some paperwork in here that I'm going through right now and figuring out what I can throw in the recycling bin and what I need to shred that has sensitive information. And I'm going to go through and clean this kitchen cupboard out and get all my plates and bowls in here. It seems like we normally use plastic plates and plastic cups now. I have some Coke glasses and Pepsi glasses. I have a friend that works for Pepsi that got me those really nice big Pepsi glasses that like the restaurants have that are plastic. Let me know if you typically use plastic or glass. I think probably because we didn't have a dishwasher for so long, it just got to be easier to use plastic. I bought these plates, the set from Falsgraph, and look at this. This cupboard had plates and stuff too, and some bowls, like 11 or 12 years ago. And because we didn't have a dishwasher and we were hand washing all of them, we broke so many dang bowls. And so I think we moved to plastic. And I have like a stack of mismatched plates that I'm going to put up here on top. One of them is what I use to cook bacon in. I cook bacon in the microwave because it's way easier, and that plate just works really well. And then I've got a few that are just, they're kind of sentimental. Like, I have a plate that my grandma got me when I was real little from Cedar Point that I have had for years, and I'm just not giving up some of those things. So I've got my big plates up on top because we don't use those as often. The regular size plates on the second drawer. And then I'm going to move the glass bowls below. And then I'm moving the plastic plates and bowls in that cupboard as well. And now we're going to move on to emptying this cupboard to see what the heck I got left in here. Looks like a few more cups that I missed in my first pass of cups. I'm putting those right in my donation bag. And I couldn't even see the second shelf. Ugh, there's a big spill of I don't know what. I'm guessing I used to have like all my first aid over here, and I moved it in that first kitchen video I did. But I'm guessing it must be some type of liquid children's medicine that had spilled that I never noticed because I can't see up that high because I'm short. And we're going to be moving the first aid back over to this cupboard. I do have a reason for moving it, but also it's just dang fun to confuse the whole family on where everything is. Yesterday, Viv, after I cleaned out this cupboard with the plates in it, she went searching for a plastic plate, and she was like, where the heck are the plates? So this is what I have out of those two cupboards that I just did that I'm going to go ahead and donate. Or there might have been one thing that was broken. But anyways, I'm going to get in here and clean this. And I actually did have to get a scrub brush. My microfiber cloth did not take that medicine spill out. So I had to scrub that for a minute. I don't do it as often as I should, but I try to be conscious to move things around a little bit because brain health, like we are on autopilot so often. And when you move things around, it makes your brain stop and think like, oh, wait a second, where was that again? And you kind of have to get out of that autopilot mode and actually think instead of just moving. And you can see Donna in the background practicing her trumpet. And I'm bobbing my head a little as she's playing her music. So a few months ago, my husband moved the toaster from one side of the counter to the next side of the counter. It was probably 4 months that my brain just automatically went to the other side of the counter for the toaster. Now I'm back on autopilot again, and I don't have to think about where it is. So I probably should move the ding toaster again because it keeps your brain young and functioning. So I'm using this cupboard for all of the first aid and for all of the supplements. And I've been working on these cupboards on and off all day, and I have a bag full of donation items. I am not cooking tonight. I'm going to go pick up dinner, so I'm going to run this out to the Goodwill right now and get this out of my house. All right, it's a couple hours later, and I was going to stop, but I decided, well, let me just go ahead and tackle these drawers over here. So again, we have a hodgepodge of things. I have some pots in here. I've got my strainers. This bottom cabinet has a whole bunch of more like big water bottle cups. Oh, heavens. I don't know. I just got a bunch of things in here, so I'm going to try to go through these. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I do not like pulling everything out because it gets overwhelming. And I'm actually going to pull even more out. Normally, I just like to go drawer by drawer, cupboard by cupboard, and declutter and organize that way. But I did need to clean all of these out. So when I have to clean them out, you know, you got to pull the stuff out. I've been meaning to do this for months and putting it off, but I ordered a few organization items for my kitchen. This is a pot and pan organizer. Now, I ordered these so long ago that I can't return them because it's been well over 30 days. So I'm going to see. I'm hoping that this works. But this pot pan organizer is pretty cool. You can stand it up, which I can't do in my cupboard, but you can lay it down. Now, if you stand it up, you can use both sides of it if you have a big enough cupboard. Now, technically, I could remove that shelf up above but I don't want to. And even though these are adjustable shelves that are in my cupboard because they have like little hooks and different holes you can put them in, they are the biggest pain to try to get out. You're basically going to have to break the hooks and buy new ones the way mine are. I am definitely not messing with that. So I'm going to see if these will work standing up. Well, not standing up, laying down. And I almost ordered 2 of these. Boy, I sure am glad I only ordered 1. Like I said, I've been putting this job off for months, and it doesn't fit like this. The smaller pans will fit, but then I have the same issue where the bigger pans are still just laying in there. So I could make it work with the smaller ones. Then I started thinking, okay, the lids are always a pain in the butt too. What if I put the lids in here? And I actually did get a lid organizer that you can screw into the back of the cupboard door. So I might try that later. But this is just not working, and I'm so bummed I can't even return it because I waited so long to do this job. So now that I have emptied out one cupboard that had pots and pans, I might as well just go ahead and get the last dang one. And I'm going to get all of my pots and pans together so that I can see exactly how many I have. I actually have my grandmother's old set, like it is old. Some of them are like the handles have broken off, and I've kept them for so many years. Because if you've been with me for a while, then you already know I was so super close with my grandmother. I miss her so much, and I've just kept a lot of things because they were hers. And I just recently I started thinking, Jodi, your grandmother would not want you to be having a bunch of broken pots and pans. Like they're so old that some of the bottoms of them are so bowed that when you put them on the burner and the pan starts getting hot, it like shakes and shimmies around because the bottoms are not even flat anymore. So my husband did actually get me a new set of Tefal, the red ones for Christmas. So I'm going to go through all of what I have and figure out what I want to keep and what I'm going to donate. Let me know what your favorite, if you have a favorite type of pots and pans set. I have already, these Tefal are so dang sensitive. I was making homemade popcorn one night, and, you know, you shake the pan around on the burner. I scratched the heck out of one of the pots already, and I'm like, oh my gosh, haven't even had them 6 months, and I've already scratched one of them up terribly. So this is the fun part of trying to figure out which lid goes to which pan and which pot, or if they have lids. And since I've already emptied out the bottom drawer of this one, I'm just going to go ahead and empty out the top of this one and figure out what I am going to donate. I actually was able to get rid of a lot of my pots and pans. I still kept a lot, but I got rid of a lot too. So until I figure out if I'm going to use that back of the door lid organizer, I'm just putting all the lids together right in this cupboard, so at least I'll know where they're at. And I'm putting all of my pans, all of my pots down there, and then some of my baking dishes. And then over here, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this cupboard over here that has the sliding drawers. And then it dawned on me, OMG, what if the pot holder fits in here? And holy crap, look at it fits. I can open it with the big pots and everything, or the big pans. I'm so excited that I actually get to use this. So I'm going to fit all of my pans in this one, and then I'll just keep my pots right behind me. I mean, like if you guys have watched my videos, you can see how super close my stove is to these cupboards right here. So they're all right within reach of the stove, and I'm just so dang happy that this thing fits down here. I tried to turn it real quick just to see if I could use both sides, because like I said, it's actually double-sided. You can use both sides if you stand it upright, but it wouldn't have fit that way. But I am so thrilled that this is working and that they're just going to be all nice and organized, and I've already been using them, and it's just so nice to pull this out and just pull it. You can see which exactly pan you want. So I love this dang thing. And yet another thing I ordered months ago that I can't return. And you just saw Donna waving in the background. This is like a lid organizer for like your Tupperware lids. It's a small size one, so it won't fit like my pots and pan lids. But I have some corn on the cob holders that we love to use in the summer when we make corn on the cob. So I'm going to put those in there because they were just kind of all over the place and scattered in this drawer.
We've had these 2 strainers. You didn't realize that?
No, the one on the very bottom.
Honey, that's a lid that you can actually put on the strainer. We just never use it.
I was so confused. I was like, a flat strainer. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just a lid.
I was actually originally thinking of putting my strainers in the cupboard with the pull-out drawers, but this is actually closer to the sink. This is where I've always kept them. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep them here and put some of my Tupperware lids in here. And found in the cupboard, I had bought this months ago, a Pampered Chef food chopper, like to chop up your onions and stuff. So I'm going to put that in the cupboard, and I already had like an old one that I lost some of the pieces for, so I'm going to donate that. You can see it right in the middle of the table. But this is everything that I'm getting rid of: pots and pans, pie dishes, bowls, things that I just haven't used in forever. All right, we are on the next day, and I think this is the first decluttering project I have ever finished in 2 days. Normally it takes me like 4 to 5 days to finish them, but we're going through my Lazy Susan. This is where we keep all of our cereal, and we keep my girls' lunch boxes, and then on the bottom, I don't even know what I have down here. Just a whole bunch of baking things that I didn't know where else to put, and so I put them down there. And in case you are new and didn't know, I am a couponer. I actually have a couponing channel. So I think I'm probably going to have some expired cereal in here, because sometimes I will get deals on cereal and I might buy like a new kind, and sometimes my girls will try them and sometimes they won't. Plus this thing was so jam-packed and it's so dirty. Oh my gosh. And this wood piece, I didn't even realize was down here. This is the front of the Lazy Susan that must have come off. So this was everything that was inside the Lazy Susan. Oh my gosh. Look at all of these baking dishes. Oh, I gotta go through all this now, but we're almost done. So I'm gonna clean this Lazy Susan out because it needs it bad, and then figure out what I'm going to do with it. I'm not going to change too much in here. This is definitely where I'm going to keep our cereal. We do not have room in the pantry for the cereal because they're cupboards, and the boxes just would take up way too much room in the pantry area. And I do have a couple of those plastic cereal holders. I don't even like using those. Usually my girls go through cereal so fast that it does not expire, but I think I did have about 3 or 4 boxes here that had expired because they were shoved in the back because there was so much crap in here that nobody could see them. But I cannot wait to show you the finished product. That is exactly why I want to do this, to get rid of things that we're not using and make sure everything was organized so that we can see everything we have. Things just function so much better that way. I want to take this time to thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching it all the way through. I appreciate you so very much. And as always, I would love to hear any projects that you are working on in your home. I truly get so excited for you guys. I just had somebody, hi Amy, if you watch this, send me a picture of something she did last week. Like, I just get so excited for you guys because I know how good it feels when you get an area decluttered or you get an area organized and it just functions better. All right, I've already taken one bag to the Goodwill. I have a whole nother bag full of stuff. I'm going to take this big roasting pot to the Goodwill because, frankly, my oven is too small. Like, this pan doesn't even fit in my oven. And then I have this box here that's got a bunch of different glass, like, bowls and things like that. And before we get to the before and afters, the one main reason that I wanted to move my first aid, I had originally moved it over here in the top cupboard, but I got an Instant Pot and I want to move the Instant Pot up here. I had it in the big cupboard over to the right and the door wouldn't shut all the way. And I knew these were the exact same size. I've got my crock pot up here. And so I wanted to put my Instant Pot up here. And the dang door will not close all the way. It doesn't really look like it looks like it's closed, but you can see right there. It's not actually closed all the way. All right, let's take our trip down memory lane real quick and look at the state of my cupboards before I got in here and decluttered and organized them all. We had a hot mess going on in most of these with stuff scattered all over. 3 different cupboards had cups. 2 different cupboards had plates. I got pots and pans in 3 different areas. This one was just a complete disaster and hodgepodge of stuff. 52 dang cups I got rid of. OMG. The only thing I did not get to was my silverware drawer. Those 4 drawers that I showed you at the end, I was done. I'm actually prepping for Easter. I'm hosting. And so now we are going to take a look at the afters. And I am so happy with the way everything turned out. So this is my Lazy Susan. I told you I was going to keep all of my cereals still in here. And I've got my girls' lunch boxes, but you can see everything. And then I put some of my baking dishes and like my cookie sheets down in this one, and it's not so jam-packed anymore. You can actually see it. And in this one, I've got my mixer, a couple of my big measuring cups, my strainers, and then my little lid holder. I got basically a bottom drawer down here. Now, my mom did get me a big thing of Tupperware, like Rubbermaid holders that's in a big container. I haven't taken it out yet because I didn't have a space for it, but I think I'm going to put them in this bottom drawer. And then I ended up moving the dang Instant Pot down here so that I could close that drawer, and I just created a free space up by my crock pot. But I've got all my pots down here. My pans are over there. You already know that. I've got a couple of my baking dishes up here. And then all of my bowls fit right up there. You can see everything so nicely and know exactly where everything is. And this may be my favoritist cupboard. It just looks so neat and organized. It's got all my plates, all my bowls. I do have my butter dish up here, and we always keep the bread in the cupboard instead of on the counter. Oh my gosh. And I almost dropped my phone because I was so excited. It looks so nice in that cupboard, and I have room in there. And then I've got all my cups in here, and I ended up organizing them. Bottom is all plastic, the middle is all coffee cups, and the top is all glasses. So super happy with this cupboard as well. The plates and bowls cupboard is still my favorite for sure. And then remember, I had a hodgepodge of things in here. So now I've got all of our medicines, all of our first aid, and all of our supplements, and almost a totally empty shelf up on top. I might get a basket for my supplements, but they look fine just like they are. I didn't have time to run to the store. And then we've got this one right next to my stove with the pullout. It's a tough one if this is my favorite or the plates and bowls is my favorite. I'm not sure, but I ended up putting all the lids for my pots and pans right up top here, so easy access, and they're all together. And then I've got my pan organizer down here. It looks so nice. I'm so thrilled with this. So I ended up getting 5 kitchen cupboards, and some of them were double cupboards, done, 2 drawers, and my Lazy Susan. Oh my gosh, it feels so much better in here. So the only thing that I haven't done in my kitchen are these 4 little top cupboards, and then the 4 ones that are right next to my dishwasher. These ones right here. These are the only ones I haven't gotten to for decluttering and organizing. But I'm super thrilled with the way this turned out. Thank you so much again for stopping by and watching this video. If you enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to see you again soon. Bye!